Did you know that small talk can boost your mood and improve your mental health? A little bit of light conversation can release feel-good hormones, making you happier and allowing you to feel more connected. So, by definition, small talk is a casual conversation about everyday topics, like the weather or your weekend or sports or movies. But this year, make this a year where you evolve your small talk into much, much more. Make it about building connections, fostering relationships, and creating opportunities. Especially, we have the rise and the continued evolution of remote work and digital communication. Face to face interactions have become much more scarce. This is making small talk even more essential. Small talk can lead to meaningful interactions and open doors to new experiences. And as you can see from the title, the power of small talk in today's world, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So grab your pen, your pad, uh, get ready to take some notes. And now let's get started. So, as I just mentioned, by definition, small talk is a casual conversation about everyday topics. But you want to make sure that if you're working remotely or you're doing a lot of digital communication and you're not interacting with people, that you don't lose this traditional skill, right? That you retain the ability to have a conversation about everyday topics in the world, right? Now, one thing I will actually mention is that in the US culture, I'm not going to mention about anyone else's culture, we stay away from religion and politics. And the simple reason is that's not going to help us necessarily draw closer together unless we're in an environment where we've come together for that purpose. And let's just say we're on the same page in some form or fashion. But normal workday and social conversations, it's going to be about how can we connect more, not less. So you want to make sure that you're that you embrace small talk and that it helps you lead to meaningful interactions and open doors to new experiences. Now, the science is more than just idle chatter, right? The science behind small talk is real. It's a valuable tool that builds social bridges and boosts personal confidence. When we exchange greetings or discuss something routine like the weather or a movie or something just general, we open doors to deeper conversations and stronger relationships. It helps us connect in both business and in everyday life, right? So make no mistake about it. Small talk is critical. Now, I'm going to go through a number of different points in this lesson. So I'm not going to take a long time with each one because I've actually created other video content that covers small talk and networking and things like this. So you should, visit those for to take a deeper look. But I just wanted to give you the highlights and give you additional topics here in this lesson. So in continuing, small talk is about breaking down barriers. So you might use something called an icebreaker. I cover this topic in another video as well. An icebreaker is, and actually it's an idiom that we use in one of my videos about idioms, and I highlight it. But this is small talk that initiates a conversation. And because people who may not know each other very well or not know each other at all, but are in a situation where they have to communicate, an icebreaker will ease the social tension. So if you're at a business event and the people are here don't know each other and they're trying to connect or network, um, it could be something as simple as, I'm with XYZ company. I'm a systems engineer or something, whatever it might be. How about you? Simple enough. Just be confident when you ask, when you state what you are and where you're from, and then be confident when you ask the same of them. It eases the tension. It's an icebreaker. Common ground. It will help you find shared interests and experiences. Oh, you're a systems engineer? Well, so am I. Uh, I work on X, Y, and Z technology. You? Common ground. You're both in technology, just as an example. Right? Relationship building. Now, small talk does lead to deeper, more meaningful connection. Let me just say this, small talk does lead to deeper, more meaningful connections because the barriers start to fall that people naturally have with a stranger, that they start to fall and you start to get to know each other just a little bit better, and then you interact just a little bit more deeply, a little bit more deeply. So you're building a relationship. So this one, or this next tip, is about authenticity, the power of authenticity. So let me put it another way. Don't be fake. How do you like that? Very to the point, right? Be genuine, show interest in other people. Don't just be about yourself. Be an active listener. Pay attention to what they're saying. Stay or share openly. So be willing to reveal aspects of yourself. Obviously you don't want to go too deeply in the beginning. So you just want to share something on the surface that will just open up a little bit about you, whatever that thing is. Uh, Maybe you're a closet chess nerd or something, whatever it is. Just so, oh, okay, you did that. Well, I'm not that good at chess, but I do play more. Tell me more about it, about how you became and what is a chess nerd. You see? And so stay present, focus on the moment, not on the outcome. So, one of the things that if you're meeting people actively, one of the things that will kill relationship building and kill conversation is someone starts talking about themselves. You start to share about yourself. They start looking at their phone, maybe even texting, or they take a message, excuse me, or they answer a call and say something super important, such as, "Oh, I'm chatting with someone now. I'll call you back." This is disrespectful. And you may not even realize it if you're someone doing it. No one's going to be interested. You're killing off any ability to connect with people. And I've had it happen to me. People that actually have expressed an interest and wanted to talk to me, but they're on the phone, they're texting, they're taking a call. It's like, I'm not interested. I'm now looking to move on. So be genuine, stay present, listen actively, share openly. Small talk in different contexts, networking events. So make sure at a networking event, you can introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Alex. I am a graphic designer that specializes in UX design, right? And I work for so and so. You? Very simple. You've told them a little bit about yourself. Now you've opened the door for them to share something, and you'll be able to share back and forth more easily. The same thing in the workplace, right? Build rapport with colleagues and create a relaxed atmosphere. Hey, I know you like soccer and you're a coach. Did you coach this weekend? They either did or they didn't, but they're going to share, right? And you can also share something about yourself. You know what? Because I've been talking to you, I've started to watch soccer, or as we call it in the United States, but you football in the rest of the world. And did you see, one of the whatever an important game might have been over the weekend, and they can share, right? You just open the door. It seems trivial, but these little things help people connect with one another. And then at social gatherings, don't just stay in a bubble with the same people. Connect with new people, especially if you see someone standing by themselves. You may know some people there, or you may not. But if someone's standing by themselves looking just a little bit awkward, go over to them, introduce yourself. They'll be happy to connect and share, because why would anyone want to stand in the middle of a social gathering talking to no one? There you go. So, anxiety. Now, most of you might say anxiety about small talk. Yes, it can have, for those that may be strongly introverted or have never done it, they can be anxious. So, for those of you that may get anxious, relax, breathe deeply, focus on the other person. Don't ask convoluted questions. Breathe deeply, as I just mentioned. How was your weekend? How was the weather on the way in, etc. Maybe they flew in and they flew through, a storm or some rain, um, or it's been snowing wherever you are, and the roads aren't fully clean. So you talk about that. You talk about normal things that people might talk about with their neighbor, right? Because that's what you're looking to be. You're looking to be friendly and neighborly. So there are no lack of topics. The weather, sports, movies, if you both have children and or are married, things like this, you have plenty to talk about. So keep the question simple, let the conversation evolve as you get to know each other better. Fear of rejection. Now remember that most people appreciate a friendly conversation. Will you occasionally meet someone that's not friendly? Of course. So what? Who cares? Talk to the next person. Right? Don't let that color your interpretation or your view of being friendly and having small talk. Every once in a while, and it's not often, because most people want to connect and are friendly. You can be friendly. Other people, hey, just tell them have a nice life and move on. That's right. Now, I mentioned a little bit earlier about introverts. Now, so we want to actually break down some myths. Small talk is not only for extroverts. So we've all seen movies, or maybe we've even seen it this live and in person. Someone's the life of the party. They talk to everyone. They're engaging in chatter. Everyone's drifting towards them. That's great. But most of us are not that person, and great for them in that environment. But we can actually have a conversation and be very good at it and enjoy another person's company. They enjoy our company, and we're an introvert. So, as an introvert, leverage your strengths, use your listening skills and thoughtful questions to your advantage. Remember, make it about the other person. They'll get the hint, and they will ask questions that are from their perspective of making it about you. You both then will connect. Also, set small goals. Keep the interactions brief where you're comfortable, and you can be relaxed, and then gradually increase your comfort level and how far you're willing to go in conversations with strangers or virtual strangers. Now, if you've enjoyed some of what we've shared today so far, please give us a like. Thank you. Now, this is something we call the improvisation approach or the improv approach. Many times in English, instead of saying improvisation, we'll just say improv. Right? So there's another little nugget for you. The improv approach to small talk. Think on your feet. The only way, if you're not naturally gifted at this in some way, is, and most of us aren't necessarily naturally gifted in some way, we practice by doing it, right? So improv teaches quick thinking and adaptability in conversations. So one of the great organizations that I've been a member of over the years has been Toastmasters International. And you can look it up, toastmasters.org. It's a volunteer organization, and it's all about communication and leadership. I'm not mentioning them because I have some financial connection. I've been a member, and I can share with you that all aspects of my communication as well as my leadership skills improved dramatically. Now, in this case, they have a segment that they promote at their meetings, right? Because they have clubs and the clubs have regular meetings, et cetera, to practice. And they do a segment about thinking on your feet. Or another phrase we use for this in English is off the cuff. Off the cuff. And because you may ask a question and someone is silent for a moment, doesn't mean you need to start talking. So you want to embrace silence. You want to understand that silence is a natural part of communication as well. So learn to be comfortable with some pauses in conversation. But remember, be present, focus on the moment, not on waiting for them to stop talking so you can start talking. That's not a good conversation. Never run out of topics. There are plenty of current events. Most people are going through news sites online, social media online, etc. So there are plenty of non-threatening current events, things that have nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with anything that's going to potentially start a conflict, right? Shared experiences. Talk about that event or the situation you're both in. Personal interests. Share your hobbies. Ask about theirs. If you're a person that is into physical fitness, the other person appears to be someone that may be physically fit, ask. Nothing wrong with that. And then ask open-ended questions. Who, what, why, where, when, how. Questions that start with those words forces a person to give you something beyond yes or no. In other words, they're an open-ended question that allows the other person to speak and communicate. So you build trust through small talk. You're going to build a deeper connection. You're going to have shared experiences. You're going to be engaged in active listening, and you're going to be able to break the ice as a way to have the initial interaction. So, initial interaction, active listening, shared experiences, deeper connection. Remember that. Initial interaction, active listening, shared experiences, deeper connection. Okay, we all live in the digital age of video calls, social media, online communities. But a video call, you know what? You still need small talk. You just don't everyone appear and just start talking, right? Have some small talk. Ask people where they're from. You have a large meeting and people are joining. Hey, what cities? Name the cities here. Which, put your cities in the chat box or something of that nature. So the ripple effect of small talk. You go from an initial conversation, right? You end up with people that you have a connection with, having a friendlier formation, as I put it here. In other words, if you start to have regular interactions with them, it will definitely lead to a deeper connection. And opportunities arise. networking and business prospects will emerge from them. And so mastering the art of small talk. No secret here, practice regularly. Put yourself in position to have these conversations, but also you can come back to this video. You can use some of the other tools that, when I say tools, other video lessons that I have on networking and small talk and conversation to sort of put together the things that you like to use in a way that you would like to speak to someone. And so that you don't feel uncomfortable or have unnatural pauses. So you want to practice that regularly. Then when you go out, it'll be much easier. Be curious about other people. It's not all about you. Really, the world is not all about any of us as individuals. Be curious. What are other people doing? What are they like? What do they like to do? What food do they like? What do they do in their spare time? Their hobbies, things of this nature. Stay informed about current events so you can have things readily available to chat about, and then reflect and adapt as needed with your approach. So as we move forward in the digital age, let's not forget the importance of human connection. Let's prioritize small talk and watch how it can transform our relationships and lives. And so I want you to think, what can you take away from this video? Remember, I said small talk is more than idle chatter, but what did you pick up on that is sticking with you that you're going to try, or you realize you know what, I didn't know that, so I'm going to try that or remember that. So what tools did you pick up regarding building connections or creating opportunities, about being genuine and intentional? And remember, this is a skill that can be learned and mastered. You can become a pro at building connections and relationships with, as long as you have practice uh, and patience. And if you have a great small talk story or tip, share it with us in the comments below. Would love to read it, and I'm sure other people will get something from it as well. So now with that, thank you for your time and attention. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you next time on our linguistic adventure that we're taking together. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.